Minister of State Low Yen Ling.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to thank the two members, Mr. Don Wee and Associate Professor James Lim, for their support on the bill and also the opportunity to make some clarifications. I think during Associate Professor James Lim's remarks, I think he alluded to the question about the amendments, and allow me to clarify that these amendments would affect the applications for the investment allowance for emission reductions, IAER, that's received between 1st April 2021 and the time that the legislative amendments are passed. And I want to assure the two members that MTI, MOF and the agencies routinely review the effectiveness of our incentives to make necessary adjustments, such as extending the validity of the scheme or to adjust the scheme parameters. And these are typically announced by the Minister for Finance and Budget, following which agencies then work with AGC to draft the amendments and introduce the legislative amendments. And incentive applications during the intervening period may be awarded retrospectively if the legislative amendments are backdated to the announced start date. And in this instance, the amendments are being backdated to 1st April 2021, which was the previously announced start date of the IAER. And with the expanded scope of the IAER and the increased attention that companies are placing on their own carbon footprint, we expect great interest in the scheme going forward. Mr. Don Wee spoke passionately in English and Mandarin about whether the IAER scheme could be extended to 2030 to align with the Singapore Green Plan. And also he asked, how can the incentives further help our SMEs, our businesses, fulfill the aims of Singapore Green Plan 2030? And also he asked whether additional support could be provided. Now, allow me to assure Mr. Don Wee that and also Associate Professor James Lim, that the IAER is part of a comprehensive suite of measures to support our industries, to support our companies based in Singapore in their decarbonization journey, and also to better position themselves to seize the opportunities in the green economy. Now, other incentives and schemes include, and I think some of you would have read about it, but allow me to recap, include the Resource Efficiency Grant for Energy, the Energy Efficiency Fund, the $180 million ESP that's mentioned by Mr. Don Wee, Enterprise Sustainability Program, launched by ESG on the 1st of October last year, and the Low Carbon Energy Research Funding Initiative. Now, like I've mentioned, many of these programs have been recently launched, MTI, ESG, and not just within the MTI family. I want to assure the two members we are taking the whole of government approach. We will work with the various ministries, including MSE, MOF, etc., and the relevant agencies to monitor their progress and review them regularly to ensure that collectively they remain relevant and effective in supporting our industries, our company's decarbonization journey, and also Singapore's climate goals. Now, we will similarly review the IAER scheme at an appropriate juncture to determine whether to extend it further or to adjust its scheme parameters. Mr. Don Wee also asked in his remarks how the government is helping our industries to build their capabilities to meet our 30 by 30 goal. And Associate Professor James Lim, in his earlier remarks, he recapped a list of the recommendations and proposals, including those to encourage households to reduce their carbon footprint. Allow me to share with both members that the Ministry of Sustainability and Environment, MSE, will provide an update at next month's Committee of Supply debate. I believe Associate Professor James Lim also asked about the introduction of the new Section 3A of the bill that allows the Minister for Trade and Industry to assign to public bodies various functions and powers of the administration of tax incentive under the Act. Now, I want to assure Associate Professor James Lim and every member in this House that when we talk about the public bodies as far as this bill is concerned, it refers to government agencies such as the Economic Development Board, EDB, and the Enterprise Singapore ESG. And these two are the economic agencies within the MTI family charged with the mandate to anchor key investment promotions in Singapore and to support SMEs development. So these bodies refer to both EDB and ESG, which administer economic expansion-related tax incentives. I want to assure Associate Professor James Lim that MTI also share his wish to make sure that we remain pro-business when administering the tax incentive, and that is really why we're introducing this amendment, which will then provide EDB and ESG with more autonomy and agility to anchor key business investments and projects expediently. And this is also in line with the existing practice where public bodies administer tax incentives via delegation made under the Interpretation Act. Now, I want to thank Mr. Don Wee and Associate Professor James Lim for their questions and also support. Mr. Speaker, sir, the government is committed to fostering a business-friendly environment in Singapore. We will continue to review and sharpen our tools to help our businesses move towards a low-carbon future, and we look forward to the continued support of this House in that endeavour. Thank you.
Question is that the bill be now read a second time. As many as of the opinion say aye. To the contrary, say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it.
Economic Expansion Incentive Relief from Income Tax Amendment Bill.
Committee stage, what day?
Now, sir, I beg to move that Parliament will immediately resolve itself into a committee on the bill.
Question is that Parliament will immediately resolve itself into a committee on the bill. As many as of that opinion say aye. To the contrary, say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The question is that clauses 1 to 5 stand part of the bill. As many as of that opinion say aye. To the contrary, say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. Bill to be reported. Minister for Trade and Industry.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to report that the bill has been considered in committee and agreed to without amendment.
Third reading, what day?
Now, sir, I beg to move that the bill be now read a third time.
The question is that the bill be now read a third time. As many as of that opinion say aye. To the contrary, say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it.
Economic Expansion Incentive Relief from Income Tax Amendment Bill.